don't throw punches, man. He said it ain't about how many, it's about the right time. Well, there was no right time against Pacquiao.
Injuries, and that could happen in boxing. We've seen this. Manny Pacquiao isn't immune to this. He's been knocked out. He's been hit. He's not Floyd, who has been hardly hit. Like, he's been knocked out cold.
Doesn't entitle you to just walk back in after 6 years and get a number 4 ranking with the WBC and fight for a world title. What about all the other guys that are waiting around? It's wrong. We seen Manny Pacquiao fight.
Stephen A. Smith blasts Manny Pacquiao for trying to make a boxing comeback at 46, calling it a dangerous mistake. He says Manny is way past his prime and could get knocked out badly. At that age, getting hit like that could cause serious long-term damage, Smith warns.
Bad. I really, really do. And you got to remember, when you get up there in age, I mean, when you go down like that, there's a lot of collateral damage that could potentially come with.
He isn't alone. Many boxing experts are calling Pacquiao's return reckless, especially since he's facing a younger, active fighter like Mario Barrios. Pacquiao's comeback after 5 years out of the ring is a recipe for disaster. At 46, his reflexes, stamina, and ability to take punches are all fading fast. Doctors who work with fighters say guys his age are ticking time bombs for brain damage and head trauma. And this isn't some fake exhibition match. This is a real title fight. The punishment he takes could cause permanent damage. For someone who's already taken a lifetime of hits, this return could ruin him for good.
Because what's the worst case scenario? Someone gets seriously hurt. Someone has like life-altering injuries, and that could happen in boxing. We've seen this. Manny Pacquiao isn't immune to this. He's been knocked out. He's been hit. He's not Floyd, who has been hardly hit. Like, he's been knocked out cold. I thought when he got knocked out by Marquez, I thought he died. It was that scary. Yeah. Remember that one? So
I do.
Ultimately, I'm most surprised that if it hasn't been officially announced, if it lands in Nevada or California, I'll be very surprised and dare I say disappointed.
Ricky Hatton isn't cheering, he's worried. The former champ says Pacquiao jumping straight into a title fight with no warm-up is downright reckless. In today's unpredictable boxing world, Hatton thinks this move is asking for trouble. While he respects Manny's legacy, he hints that this comeback might not be about love for the sport, but about money, pressure, or people pushing Pacquiao into a dangerous spotlight he doesn't belong in anymore.
WBC title, a number of years out of the ring, what do you make of it?
Well, one, I hope he doesn't get hurt. I think there's every chance he could do. Secondly, I think how has he got to a world title shot? 5th in the world, imagine if he was number 1 and 2 in the division and trained all your life to get there, and then Manny comes in after being retired 5 years or whatever it is, and goes into number 5 in the division. Boxing these days.
It's not just Pacquiao under fire. Critics are calling out Mario Barrios too. Fighting a 46-year-old legend who hasn't boxed in 5 years looks more like a setup than a fair fight. Analysts say this isn't about skill. It's a calculated mismatch. Barrios could have fought real contenders in their prime, but instead he's going after an aging icon. Beating Pacquiao now won't earn him much respect. It might even damage his reputation.
Mario Barrios and Manny Pacquiao are in talks for the WBC welterweight title fight. They want to do it in Vegas. Pacquiao is 45 and hasn't competed since August 2021 in a decision loss. Mario Barrios is definitely trying to stat pad at this point. In a stacked welterweight division, you can fight Crawford. If you don't want to fight someone who's coming off a W, fight Spence Jr. Go fight Jaron or Stanius, Fight one of the top 4 fighters. You're ranked top 5 and you want to fight Manny Pacquiao. That's stat padding. That shouldn't even count as a win. And I love Manny Pacquiao, but I mean, in his prime, he would definitely beat Mario Barrios, but it's past his prime. Hasn't fought in 3 years, is 45 years old. It's time to hang it up, bud. I will say, though, if he somehow miracle pulls it off, it'll be the greatest win, I think, in my opinion.
Shane Mosley salutes Pacquiao's legendary career, but says Father Time is undefeated. He praised Manny's heart and history, but didn't hold back. Aging hits every fighter, and it hits hard. Mosley says from experience, when you're older, your speed vanishes, your timing slips, and worst of all, your reactions under pressure change. It's not just about slowing down, it's about becoming vulnerable in ways you can't predict.
Manny Pacquiao coming inducted into the Hall of Fame next month. What is your take on that, having had to share the ring with him?
It was a great time. Like I said, I was injured when I fought.
fighting Mr. Largo, Mario Largo's next, I think it was July.
Youth sometimes can be hard on you, but we'll see what Manny can do as far as straightening his up to be able to keep up with Largo. So, anybody can do it, maybe Manny can. I don't know.
No one questions Pacquiao's greatness. He's a boxing legend with titles in 8 divisions and a rags-to-riches story that inspired the world. But that's exactly why his comeback has people worried. Fans and analysts say he's already done it all. There's nothing left to prove. Coming back now doesn't just risk serious injury. It could stain the perfect ending he already had. Instead of protecting his legacy, he might be putting it on the line for no good reason.
Common sense, like being a world champion means you are the best in the world. You are the champion of this world at your weight class. We all know right now, at least to me, it's common knowledge that that's Jaron Boots Ennis. At 147, he is the best in the world. But he doesn't hold all 4 belts, so he is only one of the 2 or 3, I guess now, world champions. Doesn't make sense to me, and especially when now you're the WBC and you're like, yeah, let's bring in Manny Pacquiao to potentially win a world championship. And let's say he pulls it off by some miracle. Are we going to put Manny Pacquiao in there with Boots Ennis? Is that what we're going to do? I hope not. And again, this is not me trying to be a hater. It's just, I don't want to see Manny get hurt. And Barrios, not the biggest puncher in the world, but he can hurt it badly. He is a volume puncher, and he will be in there against a guy that, again, isn't a natural 147. Even if he finished his career at 147, that's not where Manny was his best self. He's definitely going to be at a massive size disadvantage here. Height, reach, everything. Again, when Manny was in his prime, or, honestly, when he was still in his late 30s and early 40s before he retired, he could have handled that. The speed was still there. The consistency was still there. He wasn't running for political office and doing all this other stuff and taking time off. We see this time and time again. When a boxer retires, takes a long time off, and then comes back, it usually, again, outside of George Foreman, rest in peace to the GOAT, it usually doesn't go well. And I don't think this is going to either. And it's clear to me that this is done for, a staging of an event versus the actual competitive nature of the fight. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong and that Manny still has it, but I'm just going to go with what makes the most sense. The WBC and whoever they partner with on this is going to try to sell tickets off of it. Okay, that's fine, but what's the point of the belt if this is the match?
As the fight gets closer, boxing insiders are sounding the alarm louder than ever. They say Pacquiao's age, long break from the ring, and the power of his opponent could lead to a disaster. Some even think the WBC should step in and stop the fight altogether. This isn't just about Pacquiao losing. It's about the real risk of a brutal knockout that could leave permanent damage. Many are asking, how was this even approved in the first place?
So Manny Pacquiao's gonna get knocked out by Mario Barrios. And I get it, Mario Barrios is far from a good fighter. Mario Barrios is one of the worst champions in all of boxing, but Manny Pacquiao is so old, bro. I think a lot of you guys forget Manny Pacquiao fought last year and he arguably lost to a Muay Thai kickboxer dude. This dude wasn't even a boxer. Yes, he was really big, but the dude was just not a boxer. Honestly, I think the WBC should call this fight off. I think it's not too late to kind of go back on your word and let's call this one off. This fight should not be sanctioned by anybody. This fight should not be allowed. At least Mario Barrios should be stripped of his WBC title for defending it against a 46-year-old. Is there a slim chance Manny Pacquiao is able to outmaneuver him and maybe outpoint him, punch, around him? Yeah, maybe. But realistically, it won't happen. But if he does, I think it will solidify him as the greatest boxer of all time, no questions about it. I think if he does win this fight, it would put him clearly over Ali, Ray Robinson, Ray Leonard, and Floyd Mayweather. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts on how y'all feel about this fight.
Whether you see it as bravery or madness, Pacquiao's return is dividing the boxing world like never before. Will this be one last moment of glory, or a heartbreaking fall from greatness? One thing's for sure, the risks are real, and the consequences could be permanent. Backhand index pointing right for more hard-hitting boxing takes and behind-the-scenes drama. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This fight's just the beginning.